Hello and welcome to Krista's So Crafty. Today is December the 2nd, so that means we get to open up one of our boxes from our advent calendar. Yesterday we opened the one and it had the little calendar pieces in it. Very cute. Today, as I said, is December 2nd. So we're going to open up, I think it was this one. Yes. Oh, it's kind of heavy too. So here we have the December 2nd one. And we're going to open it up and see what's in here. Like I said, I have not opened these at all. Oh, wow. Oh, fun. So there's 12 autumn watercolors. And then when you open it up, there's all the little watercolors, which is wonderful. And this is a little foamy thing. And then there's this little thing. Looks like some sort of a brush, a paintbrush. Now, how do I open it? There we go. Oh, wow. So it's, can you put, oh, you put water in there. How do you do this? I can see, oh, there we go. So it's a paintbrush on the one end. And you take this off, and I'm assuming you fill it with water. So when you're doing watercolor paintings, you have water right here. Well, now, isn't that cool? I'm going to have to Google how to use one of these brushes. Look at that. You see that? That's very cool. Well, I guess I will have to up my game as far as watercolor painting goes. I've done a little bit. Actually, was it 2 or 3 years ago? Just for something to do, I decided I was going to make some watercolor Christmas cards. And I just made, I don't even remember how many I made. And I just gave them out at Christmas time. So it was kind of fun. But this is very cool. Very, very cool. I'm excited. And this is so neat. I will have to Google and see how to use this properly, because I don't have one of these and I've never used one of these before. What a fun little gift this is. So we'll definitely make some Christmas cards, and this is perfect timing. I know it says autumn colors, but you know what? You look at those colors and we can definitely still use those for Christmas as well. So maybe we will make some Christmas cards. Wouldn't that be kind of fun? I'm excited about this. What a great little gift. And I love that it's in this nice little container. Oh, what's that for? Is that so you... What is that for? Do you know what that's for? I thought it was a stand, but I don't think so. Maybe? Maybe not? No, because if you open it, then it wobbles. All right, if you guys know what that is for, please let me know. I don't have a clue what that's for. Interesting. We'll figure it out. Day 2 of our advent calendar, and I'm thrilled with it. I think it's going to be a fun little addition to my craft room. Okay, so I decided I wanted to try out these watercolor paints that we got. I still don't know what that's for, but I'll figure it out. So I did do a Google search on this thing, and it's a watercolor pen, and it is used primarily for doing watercolor pictures, which is what we're going to do. So if you take this off, like I said, you've got the little brush on this end, and then you've got the little reservoir. Whoops. Now, so we have our little watercolor pen, and what you do is you open this. Now you want to twist this the opposite way that you would think, so you don't strip your threads. And then this can be filled with water. So I've brought in a little funnel. Ooh, it doesn't quite go inside, so I'm going to have to hold it very steady. And I'm going to pour some water in here. and I put way too much. The things that happen, right? Just dumping out a little bit of that. There we go. Okay, so then we can put this back on the opposite way. So now the idea of this is that when you're using this, you can give this a little squeeze and water will come out through the paintbrush. Can you see that? And by doing so, you can use it for a few different things. One way to use it is that you can pre-wet, make your paints wet by just, you know, putting a couple drops on there, which is kind of neat, right? You can either do this, or I've seen other people use like a spray bottle. The other thing you can do is, I'm just going to set this down for a second. So I have some watercolor paper here, so I'll just grab a sheet. And I've already torn one out, so I didn't have to do that. And you know what? I think we're going to fold this in half, and we'll maybe make a quick little card. It's not going to be anything special, but we will get to use our watercolors and the new little brush that came with it. So let's do this. And I'm going to take a pair of scissors and cut on that fold line. Or do I want my card that big? No, I don't. I'm going to cut it and then I will refold it again. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to paint on here, but we will kind of play. So if I'm making a card, I'm going to want this to fold in half, in my opinion, like so. There, see, that'll make a nice size card, whether it goes this way or this way. Which way do I want it? Let's go this way, just because. So I have my paints, and I've put some water on the, can you see what I'm doing? I put some water on the green and on the red. So maybe we will make some sort of a, like a wreath. Can we do that? Let's see. Now I'm going to see if I can do this facing you so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to start by drawing just a faint circle. Just so you know, I have no idea what I'm doing. Winging a prayer. That's what I'm doing. So that is the wreath part, okay? So now I'm going to take that same green and I'm going to use this brush, and I'm just going to make some little leaves coming out away from the circle part. Can you see what I'm doing there? And I'm just going to go all the way around. No rhyme or reason. It's going to be different sizes, different colors. If I feel like it's getting too dry, I can always add a little bit more water to my paint so it gets more liquidy, and just keep painting my leaves. Oh, I've got to keep this up a little bit. It's pretty runny and I don't want it to streak. So just get some leaves on here. I love wreaths. I've made quite a few actually different wreaths in my life, and in the end I end up giving them all away. But that's okay too. So I'm just going to pick up some of that green because it's got a lot of water there. I'm just trying to pick up some of the water and the color that's on there. There we go. Maybe a couple more here. Can you see that? I don't want to tip it too much because there is water on there still. I think that looks very good. So I didn't bring myself a cloth. You know what? I'm in my sewing room. Let's use a piece of material. I'm just going to, now to clean this, what I saw was you just kind of make swirls. And as you're swirling, you kind of squeeze it, and it helps to clean the bristles so that you can move on to another color. All right, so I'm actually going to take this and see if I can get some of this paint off. You know what? A Kleenex will work better. Hold on. Because it's more absorbent than this material is. I just don't want this to run. There we go. Okay, so I'll just set that aside. So now I think on this wreath, I would like some holly berries. I'm just going to put another leaf here. I'm just going to go through and kind of put some darker spots in the middle, maybe. I don't know. Like I said, I'm just kind of winging this here. There we go. Works for me. So I'm just going to try to get some of that green off of here, and I am dunking it in the water glass over there. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to go into the red, which I've got some water in there, but I'm going to put one more. There we go. Another drop of water in there. Now with this, I want to make some of the holly berries. So all I'm going to do is just dab down and just make some circles. And I'm just going to put them in different spots. Now I'm trying not to wreck the tip of this brush because, you know, we want to keep it nice and pristine as much as we can. I should have let my green dry. All right, see, so this is me being new to watercolor paints. Before I started doing the red, I should have taken some patience and waited for the green to dry, or taken my heat gun and let the paint dry, or made the paint dry. But I didn't, so we're just going to continue on. And we're going to call it abstract. Right? I'm trying not to get the paint too close to each other. I don't want to tip it because, again, it's wet and I don't want it to run. I'm trying to put them in kind of groups of 3. Some of them don't have groups at all. They're just by themselves. Some are dark, some are light. It's definitely an abstract painting, but that's okay. It's okay. Whoops, can you see that? If I went into my other room there, I bet you I could find a black Jiffy marker, and so we can write in the center. That might be fun. So I'm just going to set this here. I'm going to go find a little black marker and see if I can find one, and so we can write on the inside. So I'll be right back. All right, change of plans again. This time it's a medium tip 1.0 and it's black. So I'm just going to write the word joy in the center of this here, and I'm just going to print it. And I think I'm going to try to make it a little flowy, if you know what I mean. Oh my goodness, how do you write a J? Isn't that silly? Oh my gosh, it's been a long day. J O There, that looks nice. I like that. You know, not too bad for a throw together card that I had no idea I was even gonna think about doing. And I think it turned out all right. Well, there you have it. We have tried out day 2 Advent calendars, watercolor paints, and the little brush. And I'm really excited about this little brush. I think it's going to be a lot of fun for doing a lot of different things. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing to my channel, and stick around because we have 22 more days of this to come, and who knows what else is in these little boxes. So thanks again for joining me, and happy crafting. I have to clean this. So let's try that again. I'm going to use the Kleenex. I'm going to squeeze it. And as I'm squeezing it, I'm going to go in circles. I don't want to rub because I don't want to wreck the brush. This is working actually very well. Just like that, it's clean. I know it still looks like it's got yellow on it, but it must be green. All right, so I am going to open this up and dump the water out just because I'm done painting for the day. Perfect. Whoops, turn it the opposite way. So let's throw that in the garbage and let's dry this off. So now with this brush, I want to keep that nice point. So I'm going to dip it in the water and I'm just going to go like this with it. And this will help the brush to stay in a point and to keep those bristles all nicely together. And then I'm going to take my cap and snap it back on. Now with watercolor paints, you don't have to clean this up. You just leave it the way it is. So that's what I'm going to do. Clean that water off the lid. Oh, look what I just did. I made a big mess. That I will clean up. Because, you know. There we go. There's a little bit right in between that I'm going to try to get cleaned up. There we go. So I'll put this back in here and close it up. And it is now ready for the next time I want to paint another picture. I'm excited about this. I'm glad you joined me today. Thank you and happy crafting.